Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. The snow has arrived, guys, and I believe it's actually worse than what they were saying. I kind of had a feeling. We talked about this yesterday. We said that it was going to be worse than what they were saying on local stations, and it is. It is. It is 7:30 p.m. January 5th, 2024, and there is at least 6 to 7 inches, and they said that this is not even half of it. I've been checking out the Weather Channel, checking out some other meteorologists and different groups that seem to think that the Weather Channel was actually here today in Cincinnati. I don't know if I ever remember the Weather Channel being here in Cincinnati. They were in downtown Cincinnati talking about traffic, travel. Everything's getting canceled. Schools are closed. The airport is basically closed. I don't think there are any flights coming out of CVG as of tonight. Probably will maybe tomorrow. But guys, it has been snowing like crazy. I mean, this is the biggest snowstorm we've had in Cincinnati in years. This is huge. Huge. I mean, I haven't measured it, but I did measure it earlier. It was up to 4 inches at about noon or about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But it just kept going and going. I went outside. I was going to try and do a video, just kind of walking around, but I didn't want to get the camera all messed up and everything. The snow was coming down so heavy, and with my microphone and all that, I didn't want to get all that messed up. But I'll tell you what, guys, we are getting buried in snow. Thank you to all of your heartfelt comments and everything from me and Jess. We are staying in. We've stayed in most of the day. I did, like I said, went out for a walk earlier. The roads were pretty good at about 4. At about 4 o'clock, they did a pretty good job, but it was powdery snow. Now the wetness. I'm not really sure what to call it. The precipitation. What do you call it? The moisture in the air has arrived, and now we're starting to get the heavier snow, the more wet snow, the more packing snow. It was mostly powdery earlier. I'd say there was probably a good 4 to 5 inches of more powdered snow, but because it was 20 degrees, that stuff was freezing on the ground pretty good. We were actually seeing cars kind of slide down the hill here, and that is not good. You want to make sure you're staying safe. I do believe that the start of this has hit out east by now. Out east of Pennsylvania, I know DC is expecting this storm as well. Not too sure how big it's going to be out there, how much you're going to get, as it does seem to be drifting north a little bit, which doesn't bode well for us overnight and into tomorrow, because it's looking like ice is going to be a factor. Now, one thing I've been told, I'm not too sure though, to be honest. I am no meteorologist. I'm just kind of spreading the message here. It does seem like the ice on top of the snow, though, is going to be better, because either the salt will break through as long as the ice isn't the first thing on the ground. So, again, I still wouldn't be out driving in it. I did not drive in it. We are buried out here right now. I will be kind of dusting off the car tomorrow, just kind of, shoveling what I have to shovel. Everybody stayed in. For the couple people that I was ready to, if I seen them trying to get in their car, I was going to help them. But they did not. They left. They didn't leave. Now, it is Sunday. I guess I kind of forgot that it is Sunday. They may have been off work. But we do have emergency workers in our little neighborhood here. We have like I said yesterday, we have a police officer that he's right down the road, and I was going to help them, but I looked and it looked like all their cars were here. So I don't know if maybe they got an Uber. I don't know. Pizza drivers are working. Now, I mean, they're probably making a good amount of money. Hopefully they're being careful, but I did know they were talking about pizza drivers still being open, that it was taking like up to an hour or two to get your pizza. But I hope that those drivers are getting tipped well for risking it. I did walk up to a couple of the main streets. There's a main street. It was a little ways up, Glenway Avenue, if you're familiar with Glenway Avenue, if you live in the Cincinnati area. The road wasn't too bad from what I could tell. It looked, this was 4 in the afternoon though, and it has just been, ever since then, when I got back, it has just been coming down and coming down and coming down. So I'm sure that those roads are pretty bad. I can look off to the distance and see some of the main roads up here, and people are driving very slow, very slow. Like I said, people were sliding down our drive here, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going out in that, not driving out in that anyway. A lot of things have closed down. Restaurants were not open tonight. Some stores have been closed. Like I said before, a lot of flights are canceled out of CVG, which, if most of you don't know, that's actually in northern Cincinnati Airport is actually in northern Kentucky. I know it's kind of weird, but that is closed as of right now, or maybe not closed, but a lot of flights have been canceled, if not all of them by now. And yeah, we are snowed in, guys. Now, for the rest of it, we're just going to chat. For the rest of this video, I wanted to just sit and chat with you guys this morning. I am drinking great value, Colombian, 100% Colombian coffee. Got Frank here. I also got the Christmas present that my Aunt Dano, got me for Christmas here. Nice little snowy background with Frank standing proud. Pretty excited for this. And it's nice and warm. Love this shirt. I do. I normally don't like long sleeve shirts, but I like the way that it kind of goes around the wrists here and kind of opens up in the arms. Usually because I have long arms, and this kind of keeps it, keeps it together and not flopping out everywhere. I like that. It's a really nice shirt. Thank you, Aunt Dano, for this. And speaking of Aunt Dano, I know she was enjoying this. She loves the snow. Jessica does too. Jessica loves the snow. My aunt was talking to me about going. They went for a walk out in it earlier. A lot of my friends and family members are taking their kids out. They've been sledding. One had said that the snow wasn't as good for sledding. It's because it's been the powdered snow, like the light fluffy snow. So you do got to kind of sled a little. You got to just get that trail going, right? You got to get that glaze over. And once you get that going, then the sledding becomes awesome. But tomorrow should be a really good day for sledding, as the snow is getting more wet. It's getting heavy, and that is the kind of snowball snow you want, or sledding, or a snowman. Jessica said today that she wants to build a snowman tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. That may be in a future video. I don't know. I don't... be honest with you, I don't really... It's supposed to get colder. It's supposed to get a lot colder. We're supposed to be like in the teens, single digits, and stuff like that. So we'll see. If we do build a snowman, though, you better believe I'm putting that on a video. People have been asking us about, what we're cooking and stuff like that. Well, today for dinner, we had our second actually, probably my fourth helping of chicken and dumplings. We finished it off today. We did have my mom over yesterday before the storm, and she partook in the chicken and dumplings. Boy, I'll tell you what, I love that meal. I'll leave that in the description box below. Again, there were some people that said they didn't know how to find it. YouTube has kind of changed the description boxes. What you do is, like, if you look below right here in the video that you're watching right now, unless you're watching on TV. But if you look on your phone or computer, down here, there's going to be something that says, you'll see like a little bit of the description. It'll say more. Okay, click on that more, and that'll bring up the description of this video and a couple other videos links that I leave in the bottom of that. And I'll leave the chicken and dumplings recipe at the very top of that, just below the description, where I talk about, just thank you basically for watching our videos and stuff. Right below that, once you click the more, you click on the chicken and dumplings link, and that will take you right to the easiest, most awesome chicken and dumplings you will ever have. We've had a lot of our viewers do the same thing. This is a video I did a couple years ago. I still make chicken and dumplings the same way, cook it right in the crock pot. And I'll tell you what, that's gotten, let's see, that was last night's dinner, this morning's lunch, and dinner tonight. So Jessica didn't have it for lunch. I had like a small bowl, but we had at about, I think it was about 10 or 10:30 this morning, Jessica made these omelets, guys. And I'll tell you what, they were fantastic. Now, Jessica, She's a good cook anyway. She does a heck of a job. I'll tell you a couple things that we use or that she uses that may enhance your omelet flavor. And two things that she swears by is Kerrygold butter. Kerrygold. Got to use Kerrygold. There is magic in that butter. And the finely shredded cheese. Now, she just said finely shredded cheese, okay? But the one that we get is Members Mark at Sam's Club. You get 2 1-pound bags of it. And I think it's $7.48. I'm pretty sure it's still that price. It may actually be a little higher now. And you can find cheese cheaper. But I'll tell you what. That is the good stuff, guys. It really is. That Members Mark shredded cheese. And it's not in the area that you would think it would be. It's in like it's in like the refrigerated areas over by like all the other different like like pizza rolls and stuff like that. They keep it in a different spot. It's not like where most of their cheeses are. So that could be why a lot of people can't find. I've actually had family members ask, "Where do you find that cheese?" I could never find it. It's not where most of their cheese is. It's over like in the refrigerated cabinets, not the freezers, but those same cabinets that are like across from like for instance, at our Sam's Club, they're in the cabinet right across from the Ore-Ida fries. Okay, you got the Ore-Ida fries in one section, and then on the direct other section is where that cheese is. And that cheese, guys, it is fantastic. Not sure what we're doing tomorrow. We may do Skyline. We may do Skyline chili. We do have a thing of lasagna that we may be doing. And if we do the lasagna, even if we do Skyline, I may add that into a video. Not really too sure yet. Skyline's pretty easy. You basically just heat it up and pour it over your spaghetti. But we may do something on that. But for the lasagna, there is a special trick that we do to add a little special touch to that lasagna. And I don't know, Jessica's still working as she works from home. So if she wants to do that, cool. If not, then I understand. It's been kind of slow lately because it's the new year. And, that could force Jess to work some longer times or get just, it can be very stressful this time of year. So, however, Dano will be here for you. We got things going on. I may try to get out tomorrow after the snow stops. I'm not going to be out there with my camera when, because it is not water. I may do, might use my phone or something. We'll see. But there's a lot of snow, guys. I wanted to video some of it earlier. But like I said, it was coming down so much. I didn't want to ruin any equipment or anything. And we've got some pictures and stuff I may add into a future video or something. Some pretty pictures. There's been this robin. There's been a robin that's been hanging around in our tree. And she looks like she's pregnant. I mean, she is like that big. And she left for a while. She came back. She's kind of just been sitting there, so I hope she doesn't have any issues or any problems. Beautiful bird. Absolutely beautiful. Jessica took a few pictures of her, and, we may add that. If me and Jess do something video here in the next couple days, might add some of those pictures. I'll tell you what, I mean, despite how I feel, you guys know how I feel about snow. I'm not a big snow fan, but it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It really is. And we're blessed that Jess can work from home. And I pretty much do our vlogs anywhere. I mean, I like, honestly, guys, I like sitting here just chatting with you guys. I really do. Talk about our day, talk about what's been going on. You guys let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. A lot of our viewers are getting hit with this snowstorm. And I hope that everybody's prepared. Be careful. There's a lot of, even though I didn't notice any, but I was only out for a few minutes. I wasn't going to stay out for a while. Once I realized I wasn't going to do a video outside, I was like, well, I'm going home. And I kind of wanted to walk in it anyway. I was like, I'm going to go out for a walk. I walked for quite a bit. But yeah, I didn't video anything because it would have been hard to see anyway. It really would. It was snowing so hard you couldn't even see in front of you. It was crazy. It's craziest snow I've seen, guys. I know a lot of you guys up north, you probably see this stuff all the time. We do not. It's interesting because it's like a blizzard. It feels like a blizzard. We turned our heat up a little bit too because it is supposed to get cold overnight. It really is. Let's take a sip of this great value, great coffee. It's one of my favorites. But I am loaded down on different coffees. Also, I had some earlier. Really good friend of mine, one of the longest time viewers on our channel. I won't say his name. Most of you probably know who he is. Um, he sent me some coffee for Christmas, some Joffrey's coffee. Boy, it was really good, guys. Really good. I had some this morning, and it was like, it just takes me right to Orlando, Florida. It really does. This is the coffee they serve at Disney World. Outside, I'm not sure. There might be some places inside Universal, but I know Disney World, some places in downtown Orlando. There's some places in Tampa. It's a Floridian coffee. Joffrey's has gotten really big in Florida, and it is fantastic. I've had people ask me where you can order it. You can just order it from Joffrey's. It's like Joffrey, I think. Or just, if you put in Joffrey's coffee, it will autocorrect. I mean, it's a very popular coffee. But there's different kinds. There's the breakfast blend. There's the Mexican blend is the one that they have at the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. In my opinion, that is the best. Now, there's another one that's really good. I do believe it is the breakfast blend, but that is the one that they serve at Disney Springs, which, if you don't know, that is like an outdoor mall. It's the biggest mall area you've ever seen in your life. I mean, there's just so many different shops and foods. It's an amazing place, but that Joffrey's makes it even more amazing, and I recommend trying it. It can be a little pricey ordering it online, but it is worth it. It is fantastic. Again, my favorite is the Mexican blend. But he also got me this. It's like I don't know what kind it is. It's packed away. I've got so much coffee, but it's got Darth Maul from Star Wars. It's like some kind of Star Wars blend. So I'm interested to try that too. I didn't want to crack that one open yet. But yeah, definitely loaded down on coffee. If you are around Kroger and you need to stock up on some coffee, I know we have a lot of viewers on our channel that love the Kroger coffee, the big cans of coffee. At least until Tuesday, through Tuesday, they have the digital coupon for $5.99. $5.99. Well, it's either on the digital coupon or I think it's a digital coupon, not on the buy five or more. But they do have the buy five or more deal going on, which is a lot of items. We saw some good deals. We saw some good deals on that. I wasn't able to cover as much as I usually do because that place was shoulder to shoulder the other day. Everybody trying to buy stuff ahead of the storm. As far as I know, Kroger's was still open today, and I think Meijer was too, and I don't know if they closed or not. When I went out at 4 o'clock, it looked like a ghost town. I mean, there was nobody out here, and I was glad for that. I did see some snowplows, and boy, I'll tell you what, they were doing a really good job. Really good job. I mean, the roads did look very drivable. For what cars I did see, they were moving very slow. It's the local neighborhoods and stuff we're going to have an issue with probably for days because they're going to have to keep the main roads clear. Got to keep those hospital routes clear. That's always been number one around here. Make sure that you have the ambulance routes clear so that, they're able to get where they're going. So they're going to focus mostly on that, and whatever else they can do. I feel like a lot of the snowplow drivers were ready. They haven't had a lot of business around here in the last couple of years. We really haven't had any snowstorms, so they're out there like ready. I mean, they've been waiting for years to do this, and it's like, yeah. I mean, when I was up top there checking out some of the different main roads, they looked like they were doing a good job. They really were there, and there were a lot of them. There were quite a few, but yeah, it's going to keep coming. Like I said, it is now 8 o'clock. It is now 8 p.m. And the snow is coming down as hard as it has, and I think the ice is coming in. I think the ice is going to be here in the next few hours. That's going to be the crazy thing. That's going to be we've been seeing what the ice has been doing out west. Okay. And it does look like it's freezing tree limbs and stuff like that. So make sure that you're watching out for those. And if they're freezing tree limbs, they're probably freezing power lines too. So watch out for that. Make sure you have little things ready. lanterns, like flashlights, stuff like that in case your power goes out. Keep your cell phones charged. Keep all your electronics charged. Somebody brought up an interesting point too the other day. If you're gonna light candles, make sure you blow them out before you go to bed. Don't ever leave candles lit up all night. You don't want anything bad to happen. So I was glad somebody mentioned that. But yeah, and keep things handy. If power does go out, you're not going to have electric for anything. Keep that in your head. Always good to have a manual can opener, right? I mean, it's always good to have a manual can opener or other things. That's where Swiss Army knife comes into play too for me. But I do have a manual can opener. But that's all we use really. And honestly, we use a lot of practical things for different things. I mean, it's just the way to go. So if you think like that all the time and that all the time, that's why we try to prepare ourselves for every kind of situation, no matter what it is, no matter what kind of weather, no matter what it is. We always try to stay a little bit ahead of the game. And it's days like today where I'm happy we do, guys, because yeah, we're not going out in this, and they're saying it's going to get worse now, right? I mean, as of right now, it's probably, I don't know, for as hard as it's been coming down, even just doing this video, it seems like it's been coming down about a half an inch every half hour. So about an inch every hour. So if that keeps up, yeah, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts tomorrow. Nobody's going to be doing anything. Well prepared, though. Not sure what we're doing for breakfast tomorrow. I may try and film just things, it's a lot of the things we're making is stuff that a lot of you guys probably, like bacon and eggs and stuff like that. But back to the omelets, though. I did at Kroger a little while ago. I got a deal on it, but those Pepperidge Farm, Tennessee Pride, the 30-pack sausage patties, the frozen ones, we had those with the omelets this morning, and those are delicious, and they're easy to make, guys. Easy to make. And somebody had mentioned this the other day. What are you going to do if your power goes out? Well, I have a grill, and it's nice to have a grill. People have also mentioned, those little Coleman grills. I have one of those somewhere. I still have a couple little propane tanks for it. I also have a connection to where I can literally hook up my big propane tank to that little thing if I wanted to. But I have a grill outside, and I can brush the snow off that thing and be good to go. You do want to be careful, though. Connections could be maybe frozen. It's like some people disconnect them and like that, and that's why I don't. Because if you do, then it could be hard to get back on if there's any kind of condensation in them or something like that. So I leave mine connected with a little tarp over it. So that should be good to go, But yeah, I don't know. The sausage went great with the awesome omelets that Jessica made this morning. Guys, that was delicious. Everything Jessica makes is fantastic. It really is, but she really knocked it out of the park with those omelets. I was really hungry too, so that could have had something to do with it. But I don't know. We're going to get up in the morning. We're going to get up. Jess going to have to work. I might cook up a breakfast. I might do like bacon and eggs, and I don't know, show you how I make bacon and eggs. Let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that, and I will. It's like, hey, why not? We got the good bacon. We got the Hormel, the Black Label. As you guys know, that is my favorite. I got 2 cartons of eggs the other day at Kroger because they were on a digital coupon for $2.49. The regular price on those is $3.99 now. $3.99. That is crazy. Crazy. Some people were saying they're even higher in some places. I mean, I know they are. We saw where they were even higher at Walmart, which, that's nuts. But I don't know. Well, egg prices continue to go up and down because of everything going on with the chickens and the chicken cold. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to go into all that. But, yeah, I mean, in some ways, this has slowed me down, guys. You guys know me. I'm a guy on the go. I'm always going. It actually feels pretty good to sort of be forced to just chill at home and just relax. I've done a lot of relaxing today. I feel refreshed in some ways, which is kind of nice because it's like, well, I can't go out and do nothing. I'm always on the go. I'm always on the go, and I really, like, even right now doing this video, I'm like, I feel like I should be outside. But it's pretty dark right now, 8 p.m. But I don't know. We'll see how the vlog goes tomorrow. I might just go around the house doing things, take you guys along in the mind of Dano, see what goes on. I'm looking forward to that bacon tomorrow, though, so. Might fry some bacon up with you guys, have maybe some different coffee. Maybe we'll share the Joffrey's experience tomorrow morning, right? And see what happens. Or, you know, if there's any updates too, I may have something out tonight, but maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. But most likely, the next video will be tomorrow, trying to get on a steady roll of putting them out in the morning time. It may not exactly be 8:30 a.m. all the time. I am kind of trying some new things as we go along here. More in the current, like right now, okay, I'm doing this video way later than I normally would, but I wanted to check out to see what the snow was going to be like later in the day. It didn't start really snowing here until about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was like, you know, I didn't want to start and be like, oh, well, we got a half inch of snow. Well, now we've got about 7 inches of snow out there, and it may double. So I don't know. We'll see. But that will definitely be included in tomorrow's video as well. And we're gonna chat about these things. Everybody be safe. Don't drive if you don't have to. Make sure, like we said, have all the little tools and things ready in case power goes out. I know south of here, it looks like in Tennessee, northern Tennessee, and it looks like most of Kentucky, at least southern Kentucky, central to southern Kentucky, looks like they're going to get a lot of ice. And depending on which way the trajectory goes and all that, we could get a lot of ice too. It's kind of all up in the air at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. They don't, a lot of what they're saying what they think's going to happen, but that changes like every few minutes. We said yesterday that this was going to be a big snowstorm, and we were right. I was right. A lot of you guys were right. It just felt the way that this was tracking. We knew that this was going to be a big one, and I'm glad we were prepared for it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.